Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan Battle video. We're gonna look at we're gonna look at an interesting thread here. Now, I have not seen a ton of talk about this. I imagine this is gonna be crazy. October 13th. Okay, that's why, because okay, it was about a month ago. Okay, Rhodey is kinda, let's just say I disagree often with Rhodey. Rhodey is a bit of a silly Billy. I think that's an easy way to put it. Maybe let's just jump in and see, but I don't think I'll be doing a ton of agreeing here. Let's see. Lots of yapping. Oh, good. Attempt limits are a good thing. Okay, wait. No. I did see this. I did. Yeah. Look at the 30. Okay, yep. Look at that. Okay. Yeah, this one has 30 right here. Temp limits are a good thing. Okay. I would say, if anything, I'm kind of neutral on this. Like, I understand why people hate them. Duh, of course. But I mean, just kind of like speaking from my own perspective, like, there is a sense of excitement when it's like, I don't know, like, let's just use Red Zone Fusion Zamasu as the example. You load in, instant death. Go in a second run, instant death. Go in a third run, instant death. Because that's what the Red Zone Fusion Zamasu, like, you know, with the AoE and shit. And then it's like, all right, well, we got 3 more runs today. And then, like, a little bit of excitement builds up. Because a little bit, whew, that sweat starts coming down my brow, right? So, like, I could kind of get it. If the event doesn't have the attempt limits, you never really feel the impact of losing. An event like Goku Black and Zamasu, people could just reset for perfect rotations. Yeah, I mean, people would... Okay, the fact that it doesn't have attempt limits is probably why people aren't so anti-Goku Black and Zamasu. You know, I do like this, though, because to me, this feels like consistency from a lot of people, which I like. So, I don't like Red Zone Fusion. Like, I mean, I'm speaking, like, from their perspective, right? Them saying, I don't like Red Zone Fusion Zamasu because there's attempt limits. The Goku Black and Zamasu fight, there's not attempt limits. So, like, I could kind of... Like, okay. Because, yeah, I don't, like, people don't complain about this fight. A lot of people, like the fight, right? Okay, so then Rhodey, I mean, yeah, we got paragraphs, boy. Jesus, dude. 3 attempts per day, suck at the rotations you get, feel the pressure, not make mistakes. Yep. Also, prolong the discussion around the event, since people will be coming back day after day to try different teams rather than blowing everything at the event day 1. That's an interesting point. So, if there were attempt limits, it would, yeah, this would also be healthier for the game, because players wouldn't get burnt out playing the event as quickly. Come back day after day to play the event rather than playing 50 times day 1. Then complaining about the lack of content 2 later. Oh, fuck, dude, I'm agreeing. Yeah, he won me over. Hell yeah. I think attempt limits, especially harsh attempt limits, are good for the health of the gaming community. Damn, I kinda, I don't know. I mean, so, if you're just, you know, Vegito Blue 27, I understand why you'd say, no, fuck that. I don't want attempt limits. But, like, me, like, I do look at it kind of perspective. I mean, Dokkan kind of is, like, my job. I mean, as silly as it sounds. And, like, I mean, I do agree that that does actually sound a little healthy for the game, where, yeah, yeah. I mean, not a lot of people are going to have my perspective, right? And then that's when it, like, talking about, like, you know, hype releases versus non-hype releases and stuff, but, yeah, decent first one there. Holy hell, Jesus, Rhodey, are they all going to look like this? How about just, like, pretty pictures, man? Damn, dude. These videos need to be picture books, not, you know, 48 Laws of Power, dude. Come on. Alright, anyway, okay. How I judge content and units. Timeout. Rhodey is notorious for being fucking shit at, like, I don't know how I want to say it. I don't know if I would use the word predicting, because, like, Rhodey does, like, you know, he's heavy into doing, like, calcs and shit like that. I want to say, if I misattribute this to Rhodey, I apologize. But, like, I've seen Rhodey do the thing where it's like, oh, we know exactly how good the characters, just off of like the character details. We know exactly how good they are because we could do the calcs. Like, we know exactly what the numbers are. We know. I've definitely seen Rhodey smug like that, but Rhodey at the same time is the same fucker who will get, okay, the kid is out, and then he'll have El Arch and Emba like fucking 30th on a tier list that he drops. And then a week later, oh my god, all of a sudden El Arch and Emba is like around the level where he should be, like top 10, right? Like, Rhodey does that a lot. So, tread carefully here, son, because you are notorious for being bad. Because Rhodey, he likes to take it upon himself. He must get a tier list out like minutes after he sees unit information, and they're always wrong. So let's see here. When a fight drops, I gauge the difficulty based of how hard it is for the strongest team in the game to beat it. Yeah, this is the other thing too. Rhodey, like, does this thing. He did it with AGL Vegito Blue. Like, he's definitely, he uses this team. He calls it the fucking Fuse Fighter team when he's running off-lead UI Goku. It's not the Fuse Fighter team, bud. Like, it's like, okay, anyway, like, yeah, like, he's just, let's just keep reading. Fuse Fighter team is able to basically just auto it without difficulty. It's an easy fight. What about units that struggle against a fight? Fight is a write-off, as long as they're harder to fight. Okay. Good individual units are rank strength relative to the content. Rank them relative to the units currently in the game. Okay. Yep. Okay. AGL Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta somehow being underrated. No. Okay. I mean, well, just from what I've seen, I don't think this is true. I mean, we could read his reasoning, but at first, I thought that this was true. And, I mean, again, this is where we start to flip the mirror and look in the mirror, Rhodey. Because why was he being underrated, fucker? You are a big reason, dude. This guy. Now, I would say, again, Rhodey is... Now, some people have said this is a kiss of death, but Rhodey seems like a genuinely nice guy. So I don't want to get too crazy here, but me and Rhodey with this game, we tend to disagree very heavily. I mean, it sounds like me and Rhodey are going to land on AGL Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta being like top 1, 2, or 3 or something like that in the game. Keep in mind, if he's somehow best unit in the game or something here, understand that, like, this is before Goma. Like, obviously, Goma's number 1 now. I've seen Rhodey is like, yep, Goma's number 1, right? Like, outside of, like 2 baiters in the community, like, everyone is just like, yep, Goma's 1, right? So, just remember, like, I don't want to harsh, like, we're not going to look at this and he's going to say, like, oh, I think Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta's number 1. And I go, no, dumb fuck, it's Goma. Like, well, yeah, this is from October 13th, right? People watch this dude take 100k from built-up Goku Black. Here, okay, time out. Time out. Built-up Goku Black is a drug that people use to, like, have, like, I don't know, they lose their fucking marbles, man. Built-up Goku Black slaughters everyone, man. There is very, very, very few characters in very specific situations that could deal with that guy. So, it's like, way too often, as soon as people start talking about, well, against built-up Goku Black, I'm not listening. It's like, dude, yes. Like, once he's built up, it's scary, dude. It's real scary. They watch him take 100k from built-up Goku Black normal and think somehow he's not him. I mean, yeah, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is an absolute dynamo, right? Because, you get hit once and you have the Dragon Fist for next rotation. And then, I mean, he's nigh invincible on the turn where he's got the Dragon Fist. Yeah, so I think he's either number 1 or number 2. Yeah, I would probably have him right now. I guess I would have him at 3 is where I guess I would put him. I might do another Dokkan. Let's see my last Dokkan Diamond. Should I do a Dokkan, an update to the Dokkan Diamond? Goma and Daima Goku get added. I don't... Would I put Gohan and Goten in here? The baby possessed Gohan and Goten? I mean, I could probably get them above Hit. At, like, that A spot, like, Hit, Int, Fat Boo, like, Gohan and Goten... Like, I think we could maybe begin to talk about them, like, probably around that level. Because I did my last one. It was after Baby came out. I feel like I'd probably like to let a little bit more releases come out, but Goma is so grand that doing a Dokkan Diamond update just for Goma does kind of make sense to me. Let me know in the comments here if you guys want me to do another. I was gonna like kind of like spread these out a little bit, but you know, Goma's kind of one of these. Like, I'm getting the indication that we're gonna be in 2 years being like, hey, remember how fucking dominant Goma was? Like we do with like, you know, Orange Piccolo and Bulma and shit. Like, feels like Goma's on that level. So, all right, let's continue on. Wait, what was that last part? Depending upon how you want to cast festival battles, I personally not care about it that much when it comes to rankings. Okay, well, I mean, there's this relevant enough. I mean, it is. Yeah, I can't take, bro. I don't know what it is with Rhodey and this character. Like, Rhodey drops tier list. Let me pause and pull up one of this kid's tier lists quick. Okay. Yeah, I mean, this is, I mean, needless to say, this is a fucking mess. I can't, what the fuck is he doing? Like, look at this, dude. What is he doing down here? Like, I don't even know how you can come to these conclusions. I'm not gonna lie. The gods are so out of place. They are lost. What are they doing up there? The gods, here's the thing. Physical Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, you want to give me talk, he's that high. I can buy into it. Why is this, chat? Anyone want to answer? It's because you get to turn 4, and he has the Scouter plus counter combo, which is just like, who's putting him in the dirt? No one. The gods don't fucking have that shit! They are, like, dude, the gods, like, I mean, you know, maybe I'm just, like, thinking about my experiences with the Golden Frieza and Gogeta team, but it's like, turn 4 happens, the gods, I mean, you know, they're strong, but, like, they're not really doing, like, they're not invincible, like Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Their damage is not that impressive early on. I don't know. The gods, there is a big gap between these two. Because their turn 4 is not on the realm of their turn 4. They, in my opinion, I think opened up too much of a gap between them. The gods should have gotten something else. Because this kid having the Scouter plus counter combo is one of the most broken things in this game. And the gods do not have nothing like that. They don't. So, yeah, needless to say, this is a mess. And, I mean, Blue Goku, I think he's number 2. So, I mean, Rhodey's got him at 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, sure. I guess 6 is not that bad. But, like, I would probably put Rose at, what, like 5? And what does Rhodey have? 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Fuck out of here. I don't even want to... Should I even entertain this Blue Goku nonsense? You guys have seen... Bro, I imagine some players here have seen me just crush the game a million times over with the Blues. There were, like... Until Goma, I felt like the Blues were obvious number 1 for their dominance across the entire game in every single situation. Now, Goma is better, but it's just... like Rhodey's been doing this thing. He's been anti-Blues. It's because of this fucking team he runs. He's just like, duh, I have to run the only team. There's one team in the game I'm running, right? And it's like, when the kid was using Omega's team, he was completely lost on how to use Omega's team, did not know how to use it, right? It's like, he kind of like laser focuses. I'm using one team and one team only, and everything else is not that good. Because this is what he did last year with EGL Vegito Blue, too, where we're laser focused on this one specific setup I've got. I'm onto your tricks. Low damage, in a number of situations, sure, but you're not gonna fucking say the character overall has low damage, because you're wrong, and you look silly. Because you get to turn 4, and you're dropping the Family Kamehameha, or, excuse me, the Family Father-Son Gallic Gun, and it does monster damage, and is giving huge support to any other future allies you've got, right? Like Blue Goku oftentimes is not like, oh, cutting the boss in half. Let's compare him to like Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Because like that, they're the same level of character, so it's a fair comparison. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is like doing way more damage and shit. But to say they have low damage, I mean, that's just a crackhead take. It's not true. They don't have Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta damage, but we're all of a sudden pretending like they don't have that fucking turn 4 active skill, which is a nuke in these GDC fights. And Rhodey's already said, I'm not counting Festival, so I know we're talking about these fights that get to turn 4, and then they put Goku Black and Gohan and Goten and Trunks and these characters in a fucking body bag. Can't take the Bing Supers. That's wrong. Many situations they can, right? And then if they can't, they have 80% dodge. Oh my god. No utility. And his support isn't that help. What? No utility and his support isn't that helpful. Would we maybe be referring to this fucking monstrosity ability they have right here? Or how about this demon ability Vegeta has? I hate how it doesn't... There we go. This demon ability Vegeta has? Like, no support. Have you read their kit? Do you know what they do, Rhodey? Something tells me he has not read this character's kit, man. No utility, no support. See, when you know what's funny is, it's just, I mean, the way my brain works. When I see utility, funny enough, my brain is going towards this, counting this as utility. And then when he says support, that's where my brain is jumping on over to Blue Vegeta's active, the father-son Gallic gun. I just think that this shit is just insane, dude. 60% defensive support as 18 key really should have been for 2 turns. I mean, yeah, sure. I agree. Yeah, I mean, that would be obscene, but yeah, sure. Since only for 1 turn, not having that big of an impact. Okay, again, like, it's just, like, wrong. No. I don't, like, the only person that has difficulty running this character in slot 1 is you, bud. Many of them are just flat out able to tank, like the 7th anniversary LRs. 7th anniversary LRs a lot of times can take a lot of fucking damage early on, right? And obviously, physical Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, you transform with him, he's not taking damage, sure, but for the units that can't take super, not like they're suddenly able to tank it with only the 60% extra defense. Yeah, man, but I don't know. I wonder if these bosses have, like, dominant AoEs, if they're dodge canceling like Gohan, if they, I don't know, are, again, doing AoEs like Goku Black does. Like, why are we pretending like there's not a lot of situations where this is impactful? This is what I'm saying. Like Rhodey is at the point where he has an agenda against this character. And apparently Rose, too. Although I feel like I don't see him talk about Rose much. Unit also ended up having negative synergy on Fuse Fighters, due to either needing full superclass or another future. One of the Fuse Fighters you want to run now is Extreme Class Unit. Well, no, what, no? I find myself no longer running Blue Goku in favor of the Tech Golden Frieza and Gogeta. Okay. Well, I mean, we're talking about Fuse Fighters. You know where I'm going to go with this? I wonder if there's another future Fuse Fighters character. I wonder, dude. Jesus Christ. Anyway, let's continue on. Oh, yeah, I would probably agree with this. Yeah. Yeah, I think I would have to. If it, like, Super Saiyan 4 Goku is probably the best character of the year. So like, how could I word this? Like, the overall highest amount of time where he's just been, like, super good or something the entire year, right? Like, I mean, he's literally the first release of the year, right? Like, it's Tech Vegito, Super Saiyan 4 Goku, and Evolution Blue Vegeta, and this guy's just been, like, he's just, his kit, he just has a lot of different answers for what bosses want to do. That's what it is. So, yeah, I mean, I'd have to agree. We could skim through this, but I mean, I do definitely agree. Yep, great chance to dodge. The HP-based transformation condition is massive. Yeah, I mean, like, you're able to use it the cheese fights, like the Team Bardock Great Ape fight, Tamagami 2, Tamagami 3, right? Like, it's very good, yeah. It works as a team protector mechanic. Super Saiyan 4 Goku with this massive damage reduction support and 2-turn defensive support. Yeah, I mean, he's a beast. Absolute cinema. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, something like that is probably true, right? Because thing about UI Goku is first turn you can't touch him, and then there's a good chance he's on the second rotation, and your HP in this fight you'll take damage, you'll be below the threshold, and then he could revive you as a team protector mechanic, right? I know a lot of people use this guy a lot, leader skillless. They AJL UI with no leader skill, Fat Boo with no leader skill. You know, they go to those quite a bit. 100% dodge turn 1, revive condition. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I agree. Again, like, Rhodey, like, kind of, like, really, like, narrows his vision into just, like, one team build, and then he just kind of, like, circles every opinion on the game around the singular team build. That's something to keep an eye out for Rhodey. I'm just letting y'all know. That's one thing that he does do. Because it's like, the thing about UI Goku is that he's going to work everywhere, on every team. Again, he doesn't even need a leader skill, so... 7th anniversary LRs are being underrated. Do I think this is true? Probably not. Have I seen them be underrated? I don't think so. They're invincible on their first appearance. That's not true. They're very good defensively on their first turn, but they are not invincible. That's just like, I don't know. It's just like, I guess he's just not experienced enough playing the game. But, like, they're not, they could take decent amount of damage. Like, okay, Goku Black and Zamasu fight. Like, if they get supered before they attack, they're taking 200k plus, right? Like, from Goku Black. I'd have to double check on the Zamasu super, but, like, they show up slot 7. They're in that first slot of rotation. Like, they could take damage. They're not just flat out invincible. They have a weakness on turn 3. Yep, that's true. Unfortunately for them, there's a lot of locking fights, so it's not even one of those things of, oh my god, how did you allow that to happen? There's locking fights, so it can happen. However, you only have to end up with them in a very specific situation. It's not a very specific situation. Yeah, okay, so you need to be unlucky enough to not have one of their lifelines. See, this is why, like, I can't take this shit too serious, because he's only specifically talking about these characters under his one very specific team build, where he runs, leader skillless UI and has AGL Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Like, it's just like, there's more teams than just this one specific team you like. Turn 3 weakness is very, very rarely an actual issue in practice. That's not true. In return 1, you do get a supremely strong turn 1 slot 1 unit. Yes, even the gods, their first turn transformed are very hard to kill. Not literally invincible like Gogeta, but they're really good. Look at the supers, tank them. Thank you, Father. I have another. That's okay. So Rhodey, yeah, okay. I understand the reference there, Rhodey. Sure. They're just eating everything for breakfast. Sure. Physical Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is the best leader in the game. I probably wouldn't agree, but he killed the game. Well, now, yeah, this is pre-Baby Gohan and Goten. Sorry, it's Baby Gohan and Goten now. Oh my god, here we go. Oh, dude. Jesus Lord, this 10th anniversary. Dokkan Twitter would have you guys believe that 10th anniversary was actually like the low point of the game's history. All right, hold on. But I need to actually, I gotta pause. I gotta cool myself off before I get. There's nothing that drives me crazier than like the dragging on of the 10th anniversary. I don't get it, man. I really don't. I do not understand. Like, what the fuck, bruh. I am so curious what 2022 Dokkan would have been like had Global been synced that year. I swear the year will be remembered differently. if Global is getting that shit at the same time, man. I'm telling y'all. I'm telling y'all. All right, guys. Let's, oh, brother. Let's see. Some would argue it was a disaster. Yes. Complete fucking morons. Absolute idiots would say it. Like, I'm sorry. I'm not going to hold back on that. Absolute morons would say it's a disaster. I don't know how other plainly I can put it. I don't know. I don't know. Here, let's just... Those damn arrows are annoying me. Okay. Look at this fucking wall of text, dude. Every other release EZA felt like... Every other release or EZA? Okay. So, here's the thing with Anniversary. Wait. Slapping a face from Matsu as hype unit after hype unit was fumbled. Who was the fumble? Evolution Blue Vegeta? Who dominated the game last year? Like, of the 6 LRs... The only one I feel like we could talk about in fumble status is Evolution Blue Vegeta. But, again, he literally ran the game last year, Evolution Blue Vegeta. So it's not like the biggest deal. Especially units that haven't had representation a long time seem some that likely will never again. Haven't had a father-son Kamehameha Gohan since 2019. I mean, the EZA, I see what he's getting at. Sure. We haven't had a Goku and Frieza since 2018, besides their EZA, sure. Probably won't get another Evolution Blue Vegeta UI team-up unit ever again. We will. We will. All 3 had the ball dropped. Yes, Super Saiyan 2 Gohan assembled. He wasn't. I mean, these kids are just going to keep saying it as much as they want to try and make it true. It's just not true. It's just not true. He's not a fumble. Evolution Blue Vegeta, because Evolution Blue Vegeta is very weak to all boss mechanics. He has no active skill, no real, like he is a Rainbow Orb Changer, but he himself needs the orbs. And he needs a lot of orbs, and he does a lot of normals. Like, he's the only one you could kind of, I think, say is a fumble. The others, like, you know, Goku and Frieza. Frieza is so bad, but the Goku is elite, right? So, I don't know. On top of this, while there was a ton of content, none of it was really all that fun. I think, like, while there was a ton of content, is kind of, like, underselling it by a lot. That's saying... Yeah, LeBron's a good player. Like, he's a good player. No, fucker. He's actually top 2 all-time ever at minimum. Actually, right? But yeah, there was a ton of content. No, fucker. It's the most content of all time. By far, actually. Like, let's, you know, just set the scene correctly here. None of it was really all that fun. I did have a lot of fun with most of it. Battle Harder, Formidable Foes. The 10th Anniversary Red Zones at the start were fun. Certainly, I would agree that, you know, a couple months into it, those fights, because the end of it, the bosses just felt like punching bags. They weren't, like, super scary threatening, and they just took forever to take down. Right? So, I could definitely get on board with that. With those 10th Anniversary Red Zones, like the Jiren fights and the Blue Goku fight and the Blue Vegeta fight, they just really dragged on. Yeah, here you go. They felt like punching bags that provided no challenge. That is true, right? Like, they started to really drag on. Blue Goku had some stuff that can make things annoying, so did Jiren, but yeah. No fun, basically playing on auto mode, letting animations play out for 30 minutes. Keep in mind that this kid, Rhodey, again, he just, like, solo focuses, hyper-focuses on one specific team build, and, like, his entire opinion set completely circles just one team build. Fun of the game is in the challenge. 10th Anniversary provided no challenge, left the game with no content, felt worth playing. Left the game just feeling completely dead. Well, it didn't help that the start of 2025 was just like the start of 2022, and that they just dropped a bunch of characters who weren't really, like, I'm just trying to think of a good comparison here. I'm not sure. I can't think of a great comparison, but just like, I mean, like what Gomez, right? Or like LR Bulmar, just something like that. Like one of these, like, gods. And then, you know, we get to the point where they drop Tau, and it's like, people just don't give a fuck about Tau. There's like a very small number of people who are very loud who go like, yeah, Tau is, yeah, people care about Tau. It wasn't Tau's fault. But that's like, it's like 10 people saying that. It actually is on Tau, right? Because guess what? When the character is super hype and interesting, people are interested again, right? Like, it's kind of how it goes. Anniversary is meant to set the tone for the year and give enough quality content to fill the gap between Anniversary GDC. 10th Anniversary failed to deliver despite all the hype and build-up. I just feel like that's just like complete hoppycock. I mean, I'll give you that those 10th Anniversary red zones towards the end, not very exciting, for sure. But, like, it's just you're glossing over so much. And releases and EZAs. Can we look at the EZAs of the 10th Anniversary again? Let's look at these fumbles, right? Like, so we're looking for fumbles here. EZAs. Super Vegito, fumble, sure. Buhan? Dog. Come on. This guy was a lord, dude. Janemba, I think, is definitely a bit rough. Because they dropped him in a dodge canceling meta. But, like, even now, you could do a little bit of shit with Janemba. Super Gogeta, I don't like. And then we get to Namek, Goku, and Frieza, who I think were fine EZAs. And this is where people disagree with me, but they were designed perfectly for the content that was coming out. Festival and the red zones and all that stuff. They were fine for that. Like, these are not fumbled EZAs. Texel was a god. God. Gohan, I thought, like, he was okay. I thought he was okay, but I feel like I never really got use out of him. Grade 8 Vegeta, I thought was really good, but, I mean, maybe I did overrate him, but, like, Grade 8 Vegeta was really good. Then we get, this is a true fumble, Kaioken Goku. He's the worst EZA of the year, right? Pretty much. And then these two are gods of the game. These ones you can kind of, I am okay excluding these from the conversation, though. Because, like, yes, these characters every year are going to be, like, in the table for best units in the game. So, like, we don't even really need to discuss them because, like, their presence is already set in stone. Like, next year, right, like, the quality of the 11th anniversary, you know, how good Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta and GT Goku and Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, how good they are, to me, is pretty much a non-factor because we know how good they're going to be. They're going to be top 5 overall units in the game probably for a lot of the year, or feel like that for a lot of the year. That's what their presence is going to be, right? So if we're talking about EZAs, like, I'm okay, like, not including them because, like, yeah, they're, you know, I mean, but if we do, then yeah, let's, you know, again, you're saying these guys are still underrated. I mean, you forget that they're fucking 10th anniversary releases, don't you, kid? Come on. Game was more fun when it was built around items when content was hard. I mean, remember, content being hard, like, okay, so we're talking about this fight right here. Keep in mind exactly how fucking bullshit that fight was. Again, I promise you, if this had dropped on Global at the same time, people would not be looking so fondly at the 7th anniversary. I promise you that's the case. Because there was nothing, you were helpless against this dude. Like, the Broly. Broly was different. Items are part of the game, can add more variety to strategy. It's true, yeah. Content's difficult to the point where no unit's able to just skate by forcing you to use items. I would say this Broly is the last time I felt that, right? All of a sudden actually opens up the amount of units. But remember, okay, time out. Another reason, though, is that, like, we're just further along. Now, every single character that comes out, you know, Goma has damage reduction and dodge, right? Like Goku has, like, you know, guard, damage reduction, dodge. They have, well, 80% dodge, 90% dodge, 100% dodge. Baby has damage reduction, dodge, and guard. So you see what I'm getting at, right? Broly has, like, guard and damage reduction. Like, all these characters have that. Back then, that's not how things were. Where is, we're gonna have to go pretty far back. They're gonna be right around here. I hate having to look at this on the global side of things. Because yeah, here they are. This character came out, what, 5 months after Broly? You notice anything? I'm going to give you guys, I'm going to take a drink. You guys look at this kit. What do you notice that's not there? Ding, 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 ding. You literally couldn't take hits from these bosses. Nowadays, though, all these characters have defensive abilities, right? That's one of the reasons I started leaning into dodge builds so much. Because it's like you just had no defenses to what the bosses were doing. Like, I had to start giving myself, defenses, right? Yep. All of a sudden opens up, yep. Number of strategies, combination message challenge. Best fight in Dokkan history? Maybe. Best intro? Oh, yeah, wow. I could pull up 50 intros I like better than this. I mean, this is maybe a me thing, but, I mean, this is like towards the bottom of my tier list. This does nothing for me. Yeah, sorry. I've never been a big fan of this one. Yeah, I mean, this would be pretty sick. Yeah. He should have been in there. This is the exact art, by the way. Yeah, this will be so fire. I'm totally down with this. I think it'll work well when they do it. I do think so. Okay, bro, what is this, bro? How much time do you have, man? Super Saiyan Rose Gohan Black. Yeah, I mean, I'd definitely wait. Super Saiyan Rose, but he doesn't go Rose. He goes, it's Ultimate Gohan Black. That's what he does. Rody, did you play? Okay. Oh, look, LR Third Eye Goma. Yeah, yep, we just got him. 11th anniversary is where he's got Daima. I mean, this is, all right. Watch Frieren. Many people I very much respect have talked about how good this is, right? Like, it's just, we'll get back to the same thing I mention a lot, which is, like, when I have, like, okay, like, I actually have free time, it's like I could watch something, or, we could do some gaming, we could go for some trophies, right? Like, right now I'm working through Dragon Quest, amazing game. I'm not rushing through it, but it's, it's taken a while. Dark Souls is something I've been saving for stream, right? We've been, playing this for years. Yeah, how many years have we been playing this? First trophy, March 2021. This is right after Int Broly came out. Int Broly. Right? Legendary Super Saiyan Int Broly back then. That's a long-ass time ago, man. Yeah, so we've been playing Dark Souls for quite a while, but, like, yeah, I kind of want to hop into this Dispatch. Like, we go through this, dude. I want to play Dispatch. Let's see. I mean, I already did Silent Hill 2 this year. I did Expedition 33. I've never played Ghost of Tsushima. Silent Hill F is one of the next games I'm going to do for sure, right? Like, I promised Nano I'd do Death Stranding. I do actually kind of want to play Until Dawn. Like, I want to do this Digimon game. Like, that's more so than watching stuff. Like, I just like to add to my trophy collection. It's just, this is like my little, like, hobby or whatever is accumulating trophies. This is what your boy is looking to do right here. But yeah, I Frieren, I've heard very, very good things. All right, so here's this. I mean, Rhodey, I mean, no disrespect intended to Rhodey at all. I just don't agree with, I mean, most of the things Rhodey says in Dokkan. I just, don't really agree with where he's coming from for a lot of these characters, right? So, but Rhodey's definitely a nice guy. Hopefully that's not like a bad luck curse or anything. Again, all love to Rhodey. Rhodey is to me, pretty impressive though. Iron Cane has this trait too, where they're able to kind of like take a beating, and then I feel like they're just pretty, like, kind of like, sunny disposition most of the time. I mean, I know Kaioken Iron Cane jokes and stuff, but you kind of get what I'm getting. You guys get what I'm getting at, right? Rhodey's got that ability too, which is impressive to me. So anyway, let me know what you guys think. I'll catch y'all next time.